This week on Sports Paws, men's hockey had its first game at the bank against Bentley.
And men's soccer took on Ryder. We also have forward Machel Baker in the studio with us to discuss his recent success this season.
All that and more coming up on Sports Paws. Thank you for tuning into Sports Paws. I'm Camille Bova.
And I'm Rutigliano. This weekend, the men's hockey team took on the Bentley Falcons in its first home game of the season. The Falcons and Bobcats have been facing off since the 1976-77 season. Quinnipiac has lost only 3 of its last 30 matchups. So, Quinnipiac took on Bentley this past weekend. Let's check out how they did. In the first period, we're going to see freshman Bo Pieper score his first career goal as a Bobcat in the first 7 minutes and 38 seconds into the period to put the team up 1-0. But Bentley's going to be right back at it with Max French scoring a goal to tie the game up 1-1. But the period's not over yet for the Bobcats, where we're going to see Travis St. Denis score a diving goal right here to put the team up 2-1 at the end of the period. Now into the second period, we're going to see Bentley come right back at it with a takeaway there, passing over, and then Andrew Gladyuk is going to score a goal to tie the game up 2-2. Shorthanded goal right there. And then we're going to see a thought to be second goal by him, but after review of the play, the referees are going to say the goal is disallowed for goaltender interference. And then we're going to see Matt Pekka score here on a power play goal to put the team up 3-2 in the second period. Now into the third period, less than a minute into the period, we're going to see Sam Annis score a goal to put the team up 4-2. Penalties proved to be a problem here with Tanner McMaster receiving a boarding penalty and then Connor Clifton getting a tripping penalty.
I think the bigger thing is, like, with a 2-goal lead in less than 4 minutes in the game, you can't take those penalties. We took actually before Tanner's hit, there was a hit from behind that was a maybe call, which was a really stupid play. Tanner's was stupid, and then Cliffy puts us down 5. You can't do that. You can't do that in one hockey game.
Max French is going to use this power play to his advantage and score on the 5-on-3 top shelf to put them down only 4-3. And finally, Sam Annis is going to score a goal here, empty netter, to seal the victory for the Bobcats. They go on to win the game 5-3. Mark Spillane and Mike Bonavita sat down in Studio 125 to talk about the game.
Thank you so much, Victoria. So, Mike, Quinnipiac comes away with a 5-3 victory over Bentley on Saturday night. But 5-3 doesn't tell the whole story. It was back and forth the whole way. Quinnipiac blew a lead, almost lost the lead, call was reversed. General thoughts on the game?
Well, Quinnipiac played a strong game in the first period. They came out flying. They came out hitting, really
pushing the pace, you might say.
They're really dictating the game, dictating their style of play, that they want to go out there, hard-hitting, really set up the play and do what they want.
Well, Coach Pecknold said after the game that he didn't really like some of the play. He called it run-and-gun style.
Run-and-gun style, where the fact that they would just get the puck in the zone and throw it on net and see what happens, which is not always the best case. You always want to set up a play in the offensive zone. You want to make puck movements, and you want to make sure that everything there is set up and you have a chance to score every time. What they did there was they weren't so set up. They were just like all over the ice. Defense didn't know what they were doing half the time with the running gun style of play.
All right, well, speaking of the defense, they struggled a little bit, and even worse, Michael Gartig had a rough game. Played all the games for Quinnipiac last year, had a fantastic season, 3rd ranked in the nation, goals against average, but last night was not his best effort.
Last night was not his best effort. At one point in the game, he let in, it was 2 goals on 10 shots before anything else happened. And there were some rough moments. I know in the first goal, a Bobcat player, Bentley player just came right through the crease. Gartig didn't do much about it, and he just went right around him and scored. That's saying the defense could have done something to step up. Gartig, again, could have made a big save there. Like you said, he didn't make the top 30 in save percentage. He had Last year he was top 3 in goals against average, but save percentage he was out of the top 30. So he needs to come up and make a big save once in a while.
That tells you that the Quinnipiac Bobcats had a fantastic defense last year, which is why they were second in the nation in goals against average overall as a unit. They also had one of the top penalty kills last night. They did a pretty good job killing off penalties, but they took a lot of them.
They did. They had a lot of their discipline issues out there. They had hitting from behind, high sticking, roughing, etc. They were not very disciplined on the ice. A lot of retaliation penalties out there. Hitting from behind is especially big, just discipline issue. If you see the guy's numbers, you have to let up. It's just something that they didn't really see.
They took the penalties. I mentioned that they were pretty good on the penalty kills, 4 for 5 on the penalty kill, went 3 for 8 on the power play, and a lot of that had to do with the play of Sam Annis and Matt Pekka. Both looked like they were flying around out there. Matt Pekka's first game after he skipped the exhibition.
That's right. Sam Annis from my perspective, had a great game. He was out there, he was flying, he was making plays. He had a team high of 9 shots out there, team high of 2 goals. He really, coming off of last year's Rookie of the Year, he almost puts all doubts away of having a sophomore slump, coming out with a great first game. Pekka also having a great game, contributing on the scoreboard with the goal and assist.
Okay, Mike, great stuff. Camille, Victoria, back to you guys.
The men's hockey team improved from 15th to 13th place in the USCHO poll after the win this weekend. UMass Lowell significantly jumped from 17th place to 9th place after defeating the then 4th place Boston College Eagles this past weekend 5-2. Minnesota still holds its rank as the top seed in the poll, while reigning champion Union increased from 5th place to 2nd place after beating the University of New Hampshire 3-1 this weekend. Overall, this weekend brought about big changes in the poll.
The Quinnipiac women's ice hockey team and the Penn State Nittany Lions faced off for the second consecutive season this past weekend. The Bobcats shut out Penn State 3-0 in the first game. Lindsay West scored the first goal late in the first period, and teammates Sydney Roosler and Taylor Cianfrano followed suit in the second period. The second game ended with a 1-1 tie after overtime. The Bobcats registered 45 shots, but only one managed to find the back of the net. Quinnipiac returns to action this Friday against the Maine Black Bears at High Point Solutions Arena.
The women's hockey team dropped 1 spot in the poll this weekend from 8th place to 9th place after playing Penn State this weekend. Wisconsin swapped spots with Minnesota and is now in 1st place, while Minnesota is now in 2nd place. There weren't any drastic moves in the poll after this weekend, as Cornell and BU remain in 5th and 6th respectively, and Boston College swapped spots with Harvard, moving to 4th place, and Harvard taking over as 3rd.
We're taking a break here in Sports Paws, but when we come back, we'll be talking field hockey and men's soccer. Senior forward Machel Baker will be joining us in the studio to discuss his season so far, as well as the teams. Don't go anywhere. Sports Paws will be right back here on Q30 Television.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
We are your source for entertainment news.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care, cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
Welcome to A Sheer Sensation, North Haven's premier cosmetology service, located at 140 Washington Avenue, minutes from Hamden. We offer an array of services, from basic cuts and colors to lash extensions and formaldehyde-free keratin treatments. We also provide hair chalk and styling for men. When you spend $60, your Q card will get you 10% off. Call us at 203-239-6477 to make your next appointment at A Sheer Sensation.
Men's soccer took on Rider University this past Saturday. The Bobcats continued to defend its MAC championship title in its third conference game of the season. Rider has not been off to a good start in the MAC, going 1-3 to this point. Would Machel Baker and the Bobcats win another conference game? And we're going to head into the first half. Rider's going to come up with the first chance. Shot's going to go a bit wide. Still going to be 0-0. A couple minutes later, Bobcats with the corner kick over to Machel Baker over the goal. Still 0-0, but deja vu. It's going to be James Doig again, this time finding Machel Baker, who manages to find the back of the net. He is going to lead 1-0. It's just going to be 15 minutes later. Toby Esch off to John Diaz. Instead of the easy give and go, he's going to send it to the other side of the field. We're going to find James Doig again, who's going to carry it down. Off to Machel Baker again. Scissor kick for the goal. And the Bobcats are going to lead 2-0. Machel Baker was last week's MAC Offensive Player of the Week. He gets a nice little celebration in before his teammates pick him on up. And he has 5 goals for the season as he jogs back to get back to the game. We get a nice little point to the crowd to get them pumped up. We have a few minutes later, other end of the field, Rider with the ball now. It's going to be Borjan Goita to stop the cross. QU still up 2-0. Rider still with the ball, getting many opportunities. They're going to send it back in, and Goita's going to put on pressure. Rider's going to send it back out. And luckily, we have Nick Lasowitz there to stop the ball. Rider again with another opportunity, and it's finally going to be cleared. A few minutes later, Rider again with just another shot. And they're going to send it in, and Borjan Goita is going to stop the cross. Soon after, Rider again with another opportunity. Adrian Huss is going to send it in, fire off of the crossbar. QU is still 2-0 at the half. Borjan Goita is going to get sent off with a red card in the 62nd minute, and we're going to get a backup goalkeeper, Brian Westerman, and he's going to be in goal for the free kick. The sophomore, it's his first collegiate experience, and he stops. The team is pumped up. We're going to get a Rider corner kick right now, and it's going to be defended by the Bobcats. QU is still going to be up 2-0. Rider again with the ball, sending it in. A lot more opportunity than the Bobcats in this game. Q is going to be 2-0, or 2-1, sorry about that. And now we're in studio with Machel Baker, and we have just a couple questions for him. So you're a senior forward this year, and I was just curious, what things have changed from last year to this year?
Well, we have a lot of incoming freshmen, so naturally that has changed. Well, we try to keep the foundation the same as last year because we had a very successful season. So I'd say we haven't changed a lot. We just try to keep the same foundation and show the upcoming freshmen and sophomore like the foundation of the team and what's important and what's not really important.
Have you found good chemistry with the new freshmen?
Yes, I have, to be honest. Some of them are very funny. Well, on the field, we've been training together in specific positions to ensure that the chemistry is there. So me and Max and John and Shaq, we always try to go on the same team in practice just to get that chemistry.
How have you had to step up since last year's top goal scorer Simon Hyde graduated?
Well, it's my senior year last year. I know that I had to step up because I'm not the only goal scorer on the team, but I'm one of the persons that coach and the school and all my teammates expect to score, so I just have to stay humble and put my chances away.
In the past few games, you've been extremely successful. What has changed that's really helped you break out and score a lot of goals?
Well, what has really changed is I've been talking to home more, talking to my mother, talking to my old coaches about what I used to do, because I used to score a lot of goals back home. Just go back to the foundation, like simple football, control pass. Don't try to be over elaborate, and just put my chances away.
Okay, and could we get a little prediction for you on how you think the team's going to fare in the upcoming MAC play?
Well, they'll kill me if I don't say we're going to win, but I think we'll do extremely well this year again.
All right, well, thank you for coming in, and good luck to you and your teammates this season.
Thank you.
Coming up on Sports Paws, the field hockey team will be tested again against a ranked Old Dominion squad. We'll see how they did. Also, women's volleyball went on the road to face conference foes St. Peter's and Ryder. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Welcome to A Sheer Sensation, North Haven's premier cosmetology service, located at 140 Washington Avenue, minutes from Hamden. We offer an array of services, from basic cuts and colors to lash extensions and formaldehyde-free keratin treatments. We also provide hair chalk and styling for men. When you spend $60, your Q card will get you 10% off. Call us at 203-239-6477 to make your next appointment at A Sheer Sensation.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care, cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
The Bobcat Shop, located at 1010 Sherman Avenue in Hamden. Your #1 choice for Bobcat merchandise. The Bobcat Shop features 2 floors of countless styles and colors. With a full 19,000 square foot screen printing and embroidery operation on the premises, Campus Customs and Simplify can design and decorate any garment or promotional product as quickly as needed. Stop in and say hi.
The field hockey team took on Old Dominion in a non-conference match this past Sunday. The Bobcats will look to take momentum from this game into its 4-game conference run next week. Old Dominion is ranked 19th in the country, sitting with a 6-6 overall record. Heading over to the field, we have Old Dominion versus Quinnipiac at the QU Turf Field. We're going to start off in the first half. ODU is already up a goal, and they have a penalty corner, and it's going to be Sarah Breen for Old Dominion, who's going to get that second goal for them. So now they're up 2-0 against Quinnipiac. We're going to head right into halftime. We have Quinnipiac coach Becca Main talking to the team, and they are now trailing by 2 heading into the second half. Second half, penalty shot for the Bobcats. We have Haley Swartz pushing it to Dana Barlow. Clean stop for Megan Ostenich. Passes right to Danielle Allen, who's going to handle it and blast it wide of the cage. Second shot for the Bobcats, same exact thing. Haley Swartz to Megan Ostenich. This time, Savannah Riley for the goal. Quinnipiac is now 2-1 against Old Dominion. Same thing again, penalty corner, same setup. Bobcats again, and it's going to be Megan Ostenich, but the shot's going to go wide. And now we're still in the second half. 4 minutes left to go in the game. We have huge offensive pressure from the Lady Monarchs, but Megan Conaboy makes a big stop on Old Dominion's Danielle Grega. This is going to result in a penalty stroke, and it's going to be Emily Harding for Old Dominion to take the shot. And top left shelf of the cage, Old Dominion is going to defeat Quinnipiac 3-1. Hello, and now in studio we have Matt Borker with us to talk field hockey. So Matt, just curious on your expectations for Savannah Riley heading into these next few MAC games.
Well, I think Savannah Riley is really going to have to step up her game even more than she has been. With Becca Main deciding to move Danielle Allen into a midfielder type role, you're really going to see Savannah Riley being the #1 goal scorer for the team. So she really has to step up along with the other forwards as Michelle Federico, Lauren Belsky, as well as Megan McCullough.
Matt, do you think the team has the ability to make it to the MAC playoffs? And if so, how far do you think they'll go?
That's a good question. With this really close MAC conference this year, it's really hard to tell whether Quinnipiac will be the dominant team this year. You see the 3 other teams, Ryder, Monmouth, as well as Sacred Heart, are all 7-5, 7-6 respectively. So if they do go into the playoffs, I only see them losing in the first round, unfortunately.
So as we said, they have 4 conference games coming up. Which one do you think is going to be the hardest for the Bobcats?
On the 26th, they play Monmouth University, which is going to be the hardest matchup for them. Their #1 goal scorer in O'Dwyer has 8 goals on the season, and the 2 goal scorers after that, Schoenfeld and Donahue, both have 5 and 4 goals respectively. They're a really solid overall team with the 41st ranked in the NCAA polls. So that's definitely going to be the hardest matchup for them, and that's really when defense is going to come in very key for Quinnipiac.
So Matt, how will the team's inconsistency during non-conference play into their conference play coming up?
Well, when you talk about the team's inconsistencies, you have to look at the penalty corner as well as their really sloppy center of the field play. During their penalty corners, they really rely on the 2 same basic plays, and the other teams are, through watching film and just watching the team in general, they're able to really see that and be able to set up during the penalty corners in order to prevent those. So during practice, you really want to see Becca Main and Cheryl Canada trying to implement some new setups into the penalty corner. Another inconsistent part of their play is not being able to play really solid defense in the center of the field. They really let the offense just go there completely. So if they're able to really collapse into the center and not allow any ball movement there, I think they should be good going into conference play.
Thanks, Matt. The volleyball team dropped 3 more matches this past week against Siena, St. Peter's, and Ryder. The team lost all 3 sets in a row to Siena, then fell to St. Peter's in a close match, 3-2, and then was defeated by Ryder, losing all 3 sets.
This drops the team's overall record to 2-18. The team looks to turn its slump around this coming weekend against conference matchups Niagara and Canisius.
Well, that's a wrap on this week's sports.
For more information about Quinnipiac sports, follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook at Q30 Sports.
And don't forget to visit our website at q30television.com. For our executive producers, the entire technical team, and Camille Bova, I'm Victoria Rutigliano. Good night.